Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? My name is Cheryl. I'm a 64-year-old budgeter, soon to be 65 years old, and I'm just saying Happy Friday, TGIF. Yay! The weekend's almost here, and I just dropped the greenbacks all over the floor. All right, perfect. See if I move this around at all. Hopefully not. Still looks good. All right, so we're going to start our day with our mindful message, and it says, my own energy. I love being there for friends and family while staying true to myself. I don't let others' energy or mood affect my own. To help a friend in a hole, I don't need to jump in the hole with them. Simply reach out a hand, and it's up to them to do the rest. Amen. And the next thing I have is my solar plexus chakra, and the stone is citrine, and the scent is bergamot. We're meant to have that today. Say hi to Smiley. There you go. And we have our sacral chakra. The stone is tiger's eye, and the scent is lemon. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we have today, we're going to get this little bit of business out of the way, but I've got some new games for us. And I have some new challenges, and it's going to be a really cool TGIF. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to update our subscriber list. We hit, as of this morning, officially we have 195 subbies. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and color in these three. We have about 5 to go, and I will be doing a special show once we hit it. I'll do a special video after we reach 200. Okay, I'll do a special one and tell you how we're gonna track the next several hundred. So stay with us, and let's go ahead and put away. This is pretty exciting because this has been a long journey, and I spent so many years in a career that was like very fast moving. So it feels good to to have a little bit calmer pace. But some of it is, part of it is all my, having my surgery and recovering and, not feeling the best. So I'm starting to feel good. I have a physical therapy appointment tomorrow, and we're working on improving my strength, mobility, and I'm just going to improve my hip. So it looks like we have 5 left. So like I said, I will keep everybody informed, and I will do a special video this weekend, hopefully, if we hit the 200 on the weekend. Okay. The next thing we have is Friday is our Let's Ditch That Debt. Okay. And this is where we play savings games, and then when we complete a challenge, we're saving up for this $675 here, and it's let's ditch that debt. And once we finish a challenge, we're gonna color in a puzzle piece, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 through 5 are the number sequences. Okay, so depending on how much money we save, we will be coloring in the puzzle. And this is from Dawn's Sunrise Budgeting. It says, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you don't stop. Confucius. And she has a little trash can here with all the bills and the debt and all the stuff that people concern with. Well, I think about debt about once a week, and that's Friday. Okay? And I'm working on making an extra debt payment. But honestly, It's not a huge issue for me, but this is what's going to help. This is good. This is going to sure help. Okay. Gosh, we paid off our house about a year and a half ago. All of our cars are paid off, and we actually don't have much debt at all. But I do have my personal credit card that needs some work, and that's what I'm working on here. So let's ditch that debt. If we finish any today, that money will go into our let's ditch that debt. Right now, let's see how much money we have in that for our next debt payment. And it looks like we have $31 for another debt payment when we go to make the credit card payment. I'm going to add that to it. Okay? So the next thing we have is, this is from Norelli's budget. Okay? Dreams do come true, and I just love this little binder. It's got the rose gold, and it says Dreams Do Come True, and it's Community Savings Challenge. And everybody does it a little different, or some people do, and I do. And what I'm doing is I'm saving $1 a week in 8 different places. Okay? For the farmer's market, and I'm going to put $1 into the farmer's market. And this is for me to say yes when my friends go to the farmer's market and they want, the food and all the fun stuff at the farmer's market. So I'm putting $1 in there for shopping at the farmer's market. And our farmer's markets are pretty much closed because winter's hitting. But this will be some good fun for next spring. Next is for Yes Day. And my friend Tracy from Savings with Tracy, I love this Yes Day. Here's $1 we're putting into Yes Day. And that's to have a day that you don't say no, you're just gonna say yes. Okay. The next one I'm gonna put into is some boba tea. Okay, and I love taking myself out for a boba tea. Okay, I like, my favorite is honeydew with blueberries, with the blueberry little bubbles. Okay, and that's my favorite. So this is another $1 for boba tea. And at any time I can come in here and use it if I'm going to use it for these categories. So the next is for some Bobby Flay Women's Vitamins. Now, I've been saving up for this for a long time, but they haven't been in stock. Okay, and so there's a pretty darn good chance that, like right now, like for instance, I'm using IM8, and I'm certain not to miss the Bobby Flay. And they've been out of stock for 4 months. So today I'm drinking IM8, and it's not an advertisement for them. I'm not getting paid by them, but their product is excellent. So here's to really good morning vitamin drink. A Kaiberry. The next thing I have in here is for nail day, and this is to get my nails painted twice a month, because my manicures can't last longer than that. I'm too hard on my nails. So 2 manicures a month, that's going into nail day to save up for. And the 6th one is for a pedicure and facial wax. Okay, and this is now has an extra $1 in here. And so, and around here, it used to be that you could get a pedicure for $20. Not anymore. It's like $75 with tip. So we're saving up for another pedicure. Okay, and I did have mine done prior to my last vacation, and that's something I do prior to vacations. So it looks like we have $2 left here that we'll put in here. And I'd like to show you this, and this is something new. This is my side hustle challenge, okay? And I've mentioned this before, and if anybody's new here, when I had my hip surgery and they worked on the torn labrum in my hip, and I had hip surgery on August 7th, and I'm still healing from it, okay? And this is for if I make any extra side hustle money. Like, for instance, I sold a pair of earrings yesterday, and it made, and I made $8 from that. Okay. Or, if my stuff I have on eBay sells, and this is how much that's put into after shipping and everything else. So this is my side hustle, $8, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and put it in our red lucky envelope, okay? And this is real cash going in here, and this is my side hustle money. And we're gonna see how long it will take to save this up all the way. But I can't go back to work yet. I have way too much weight. It's too hard on my body, so. Okay, and here's the main event. And it's Let's Ditch That Debt is where the proceeds go from this. And I got a new book. It's called the Fall Savings Book from Charma Budgets, okay? And you can see there's lots of different pages in here. There's a haunted house, there's an in the bank, there's some September, October, November challenges in here. There's some happy Thanksgiving, there's some ghosts, there's some deer, some wreaths, and a lot of fun for the fall. So we're gonna change this to be what we're gonna work on in the fall. And it looks like there's about 16 or 17 different pages. So what I did is I have our 16, our dice for 16, and this is where we put the money from the whole book in here. So here we go. 20. Roll good. And it's 3. Yeah, it's a 3. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to page 3 in the book here. And this is Fall Friday in the Bank, okay? And these are for every Friday in the fall, okay? And unfortunately, we're gonna go ahead, and since it is October, we're gonna go ahead and roll the dice. And it's a 2. So we'll go ahead and put 50 cents in here. And we don't have a two on here. And we're still gonna do quarters. We're just gonna do it a little bit different way. So, and we're gonna be saving in our fall savings book today. And this is like a Fall Fridays in the Bank, and since we only have November, that's the 7th, 21st, 14th, and 28th. And we do this on Friday. So we'll see if we'll get this on each Friday. So now we're gonna go ahead and roll the dice again. And it's 12. So we're gonna go to page 12. Okay, and we're gonna roll the orange dice here. See how many we're gonna save in. Assign an amount for each icon and have fun saving. Well, each icon has an amount, and just to remember, we're doing quarters, so let's see. Okay, it's a 6. Okay, so we're gonna put $1.50 in here, and we have a pumpkin, that's a 6. Okay, so to save up, we're just gonna go ahead, and I'm putting this to the side. and this is the $1.50. We're gonna put in our assigned amount for each icon and fund savings. And this is page number 12. Now, I just wanted to make sure you know that this book is from Charma Budgets, and please check out her shop. And I'm such a big fan of her work. So, and I wasn't even gonna buy it, and I ended up having to buy it. So, sorry about that, people, but this is really cool. And I might even buy the winter savings, okay? So this is the sixes here. There you go, make sure we can see it, there you go. All right, so we're gonna roll again. Let me know what you think of this format, rolling to see what page we're gonna save in. And it's number 13. Okay, it says in the fall and the leaves are beginning to change color. Won't be long before the pumpkins start to appear on doorsteps, much like the furry critter. Let's have some fun saving money as we take a journey through the fall book. Alongside of the cozy fall images, you will see a variety of saving tips, from scratch-offs, roll and saves, this or that, so much more. It says on explanation rules page, However, watch out for the pesky squirrel. He will be hiding with one of the icons on each page. If you find him, then you save an extra $10 for the squirrel. Okay, that's how it's made. Let's make it a little more user-friendly here. And if we see the squirrel, we're gonna go ahead, since we're doing quarters, let's go ahead and put a big $5 in here, okay? And that's big for us, okay? So anytime we see the squirrel, we have to put in an extra $5. It's probably gonna break us every day, but that's okay. So this is what number 13 is, okay? And now we're gonna go ahead and roll to see how many quarters we're gonna save in this. And it's a 2, so it's 50 cents for the leaf, okay? So please ask any questions if you're curious. So we're looking for this pesky little squirrel to be on any of the other pages. And if we see him on the challenge, then we're gonna save an extra $5. So it's okay to make it your way, okay? All right, we still have money left. Uh-oh, that was, okay, let's go ahead and put this closer to me. There you go. And that's a 2, page 2. And I'm using a 20-sided die, okay? Aha. And this one is the haunted house. And it looks like there's numbers between 1 and 7 in here. It saves $56 when we're done. If you do it with dollars, we're doing it with quarters. Okay, so let's go ahead. And that's a 3. So we're going to color in the 3 and put a 75 over here. And thank you, Budgets with Elma, for your prop money that I'm using this morning. Okay, what's the next page? Caught it, yay. And this one is a 9. So feel free to go have a cup of coffee or whatever you would like. So we're gonna go ahead, and this is a maze, okay? and you go ahead and decide how much each one is worth, okay? So since we're gonna go ahead and, let's see, we're gonna go through the maze. We're gonna go ahead with $1, $2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If we land on that space, okay? So the first one, we're gonna go ahead, and it looks like, it doesn't look like there's like a whole bunch of things. So it looks like we're gonna start here. We'll use our cute little die here, and it's going here, oops, and then it's gonna go here, and we're gonna stop at the corn, and it's a bushel of corn. Okay, so we'll put $1 in here. Okay, look, our money's lasting a long time today, and that's a 7. We'll go back a few pages. Okay, and here is a happy fall y'all, and it's and there's an amount assigned to each icon here, and like the leaves are 8. All right, so this is a good one. So we're going to go ahead and roll it, and it looks like the leaf is an 8 quarters. Okay, so let's go ahead and check it out. And that's a 1. Okay, so we have 25 cents in, and anytime we get a 1, we roll again. And that's a 2. So it's another 50 cents. So it's another 75 cents in here. Okay, so we're going to roll the dice again. And it's a number 1. Okay, and remember that this is a fall savings book from Charma Budgets, and this isn't in the bank, okay? And we'll go ahead, and there's so many leaves and pretty plants in here, so we're gonna go ahead and decide how much each leaf is, okay? And it looks like it wants to have every leaf be $1. So we'll go ahead and have every leaf $1. Okay. Okay, and so we're gonna go ahead and roll the dice, and it's 4. So we're gonna go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're saving $4 in here today. It's kind of like having, 17 challenges at once. So you can't expect it to add up all that quick. There we go. Okay, it looks like we have $4 left. Okay, so what's our next? 12. Okay, we're back to assign an amount for each and have fun saving. Okay, so these already have an amount on them. So let's go ahead and roll the dice and see what we get this time. Last time we rolled a 6. And these are in quarters, so it's a 2. Okay, and this is the little Bambi on here. that's another 50 cents. So we're going to turn that into another $1. So we've saved $2 there. Looks like we have room for one more game probably. We have $3 plus change. Okay. And that's 16, number 16. Okay, that's on the back. And it is on our Happy Thanksgiving. And this is one where you roll the dice, but you have to roll 2 dice on this one. Okay, and then we're gonna save the amount on there. And it looks like we have to say how much a turkey's gonna be. So let's just play this low. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So all these are $1. Okay, but we're still gonna be paying quarters, but if we land on this, we pay a whole $1. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we could have an IOU today. I'm always throwing my dice around, so here we go. Let's see what we come up with. And we have 2 dice, and it's a 1 and a 2. Okay, and so the orange is on the right, so that's a 1, and then 2, so that's 4. Okay, so that's going to be $1 in our number 16, our game number 16. Okay, looks like we're going to try again. And it's number 13. Okay, we're back to the pesky squirrel here. Remember, every time we hit the squirrel, it's 5. So let's go ahead and roll the dice. And it's a 5. So this one here. Okay, so it looks like we now have $1.75 in this fall savings challenge for number 13. And like I said, every time we see that squirrel come up while we're playing, we have to put $5 in this challenge over here. Okay, so we have one more. All right, let's go. And that's a 1. Okay, that's a quarter. Try again. And that's $1. First we have to do this. Sorry about that. It's a do-over. And that's a 6. And this is the fall wreath and save. Okay. And here we go. And this is a roll and save. And we're going to go ahead and look at this. See, there's no squirrels in there, so we don't have to worry about that. And that's a fall leaf. And so we're going to go ahead and do a roll and save to see how much we save in our fall wreath today. That's a 6. So we're going to save $1.50 in this one. Okie dokie, so that's gonna be, that's gonna be it for our fall savings and our ditch that debt. No, we did not finish any part of the book yet, and that's all right, because we know that that's gonna take a while. And so we won't be putting any money in our ditch that debt today. But we've gotten a good start, and thank you, Charma Budget, and thank you for Budget with Elma for your prop money. And happy Friday, everybody. Take care. Namaste.